Greetings. This is Elder Black Light, the motivator. Nipsey is the subject of our lesson, Know Your Enemies. This is God's school. God, the way I apply it, means the possessor and master of power and force. One of the powers that we got in our arsenal is righteousness. Is there a difference between righteousness and truth? We'll explore that subject on another day. But it's the content of your heart that really tells who you are. When you're in war, you fight by any means necessary. We learned that by the spook who sat by the door. They needed weapons and they stole them. They needed money and they stole it. Well, according to the Bible, that's unethical or against God's commandments. Thou shalt not steal. It also says thou shalt not kill. But except in self-defense. Well, I guess you can steal in self-defense. If someone stole from you and started killing you, they're the aggressor, well, you can retaliate with any means necessary. This is still, a lesson, and the subject is still Nipsey. You see that COINTELPRO, that program haven't never went anywhere. They got Homeland Security now. And they're a part of the CIA, but a different division. See, in the Constitution, of course, the black man wasn't never considered in the Constitution. This is a white man's problem, because the black man always had a problem with the white man. But the white man didn't want a standing army, so they hooked up a militia and said that you got the right to bear arms and have a well-armed militia to check the army and the military, because they'll take over. So the military now wants to take the guns away from the militia, because they're getting ready to take over the country. And they figured out in maybe a couple of generations, they be done softened up. The elders be done passed away, and they be done punctified the new generation. As you see, black and white are punctified. Tell by the way they dress. Tell by the way they act, especially in the entertainment business. I was once trying to get into the entertainment business until I peeped what type of flavor they were serving. And that wasn't on my menu. So I booked altogether and went into hibernation, because I seen warriors turning into punks and not schooling the young. The young out there are wild and crazy. They don't have no strategy on how to war. And so they just started warring against themselves because of they've been conditioned. Their minds have been conditioned to hate the elders because most of their elders were nothing but dope fiends and jailbirds. And so they wanted to be a star for Uncle Sam. You know, a lot of them did. And a lot of them, you know, felt like Uncle Sam was their God. Indirectly, they feel like Uncle Sam was their God. So that's why you see a whole lot of dope dealers wearing crosses, silver crosses. You know, you see a whole lot of dope dealers wearing the star and the crescent. They all mixed up, man. They don't have no righteousness in them no more. So the star and the crescent is just like a gang sign. The cross is just like a gang sign, you know. We've been in this war of Armageddon, different battles and different war strategies for all these years. I was showing you about Haile Selassie in the last video. We still gonna continue that. But I seen something on YouTube that I want to address. Brothers talking about the Rolling 60s are upset about the conspiracy theories. And some brothers wanting to turn on some of these gatekeepers. See, I know why brothers become gatekeepers. I know why they become hypocrites. I know why they become agents, you know, and I know why they sign on to Uncle Sam's program, because they under the impression that they got to get that dollar. You know, if you want to live like a king, you get that dollar, and or either starve to death and live like a bum. In other words, you don't have no real motives for doing what you do. And you find a brother that believes in something to the point where he'll do something for free, he gonna be hard to beat. You know, you ain't gonna be able to whoop him, man, according to how he believes, you know, and according to his strength on the knowledge of himself and his enemy and his righteousness. What degree of righteousness is he in, and what degree of wisdom and knowledge is he in? Check this out.
The report identified black identity extremists as a threat to law enforcement. Critics say the report is eerily similar to the FBI's 20th century counterintelligence program.
COINTELPRO was an FBI operation established in the 50s by J. Edgar Hoover to target African Americans who were fighting for justice and equality. He targeted Dr. King, he targeted Malcolm X, and over 80% of the targets of COINTELPRO were members of the Black Panther Party.
At the height of COINTELPRO, activists and community organizers were targeted. These include current Congressional Black Caucus members like John Lewis, Bobby Rush, Emmanuel Cleaver, and Barbara Lee.
The church committee in the mid-70s held hearings and determined that many of the actions and activities of COINTELPRO were really unconstitutional.
So, back to the death of Nipsey. So y'all want us, y'all think everybody is stupid. So if it's because y'all suckers for the enemy, that don't mean that I gotta be one, man. That don't mean that everyone got fear in their hearts, man. I grew up in Detroit. 72 years old. I had enough sense to live to 72. I ain't been in jail either. I wasn't no angel coming up. It didn't take a whole lot for me to get wise to the game that the oppressor was playing on us. You have to hit me in the head with no hammer. You understand? I always was seeking an angle, another way to do something. And so I done found it now. I just got to be on point and on my square. So all you rolling 60s or whoever, man, if y'all putting out something over to YouTube, trying to put fear in somebody, then that's a stupid move. See, I was raised by the enemy. I wasn't. The enemy didn't raise me. So y'all gonna have the sense of the enemy. I was raised by Allah in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I understand the weapons that the enemy uses on our people. And it's all outlined in the Bible, and Judas and gold, when you really read the Bible, it tells you, man, that when God created everything, it was free for you. You didn't have to pay, man. You didn't have to pay for no air. You didn't have to pay for water. You didn't have to pay for apples and oranges. You just go and pick them off a tree and eat them. So the Creator said, you ain't gonna never starve, man. Why should I make something for you and put you in it when you have to starve? You ain't never poor. It's just what you believe, man. It's all what you believe. And if you believe what the enemy put into your head, you're a fool. This planet is ours in front of Jump Street. It's the black man from Jump Street. All we got to do is take it back. The enemy gonna lose, man, because he's not natural to the planet. So you want to be on this side, go ahead on. But I'm giving you a chance to get right. To get righteous, brother. Because if you don't, you're going to suffer a horrible death. You're going to be cast into the lake of fire with your punk ass. Well, he ain't no punk. He more stronger than y'all. You're going to get with your master. You're going to get cast into the fire with your master. Black light.